Hey guys, what's up? This is Will, and it is day 44. And damn it, the clock changed because it would have been awesome. Day 44 at 4:44. Anyways, today I went to my therapist again, and she was late as usual for 5 minutes. So our session was basically talking about how I felt about her being late, almost like if she was being late on purpose or something. I just felt really awkward about that. I don't know if that was a test or whatnot. So basically, she says that I have that she wanted me to look up something today called learn helplessness, and apparently there's like some sort of study that's really inhumane. Well, it's bad. It's a very bad thing. But there was an experiment on dogs that were like wearing like these specific like collars that had like a button or something like that on it. So like it would smack. They would electric shock these dogs, and dogs would be thrashing, and then they'll notice that a button that's on their collar turns off the shock. So dogs learn that behavior. And so every time when they shock the dog knows to push the button beforehand, and therefore the dog never gets shocked. Then they did it to another set of dogs, except that the button didn't work. So no matter what they tried, no matter what they did, nothing worked. So they shocked that dog, and the dog is thrashing and in pain. And so it learned helplessness. Basically, it realized that there was nothing it could do, so it just learned to accept what it was and just laid there getting shocked. And then there was a third group where there was a cage, where on the left side there was a shock, and on the right side there was no shock. So when the light would come on, that's when the dogs know to go to the right side. So only the dogs that had the collars that were able to have the buttons to turn off were able to fix that. Anyways, I know that this is like very weird. I'm not saying it right, but apparently that's the analogy. And then basically the dogs they can't adapt to basically moving forward to the right side of the cage. And that's terrible. It's terrible. Anyways, so that's what I learned about learn helplessness. Apparently, what they mean is that basically after a bunch of unsuccessful attempts at failure, like if you try to attempt for success and you fail and fail and fail and fail, eventually you get into this mindset where you feel like, what's the point in doing anything if all you do is fail? And I have to say that I have gotten to that point, and I'm trying to unlearn. Now I have to unlearn this. And one of the things, I was just a little agitated with today's meeting because I just felt like I wasn't focused on the issue. I was just depressed and whatnot. And she kept like trying to tell me, oh, well, you need to drive and you need to go to a driving school. I said, I know this. I know I have to go to a driving school and learn how to drive. I know that I have to do that. That's what I got to do. But driving school costs $350. And on top of that, I don't even have a car even if I go to driving school. So what the hell am I going to drive? What am I going to do? Nothing. So really at this point, I don't know anything or what to do. It just seems like it's a lot of work. I like the idea of freedom. And I know that driving leads to freedom. And if you can drive, like if you are watching this video and you can drive, please don't take that for granted. Please. The fact that you can do it means that you have this freedom. That not a lot of people, that you have this freedom that a lot of people have that I will never be able to experience on my own. I mean, I'll be able to do it if I work at it. But right now, I just gotta hope and stuff. So she's like saying, oh, maybe I should just get a job and work. And I said, well, where am I going to work around my area? How am I going to incorporate a job and do music and whatnot? So I would have to give up music to work to learn how to drive. And then I have to keep that job if I want to maintain the car. So it's like, I don't know. And I'm just thinking, like, is it worth it? And I know that there's other ways to go about it, because it would be nice to have a job and then I have a car and then I can kind of make a set schedule so that way that I can schedule my life around this. But now it's like there's so many other factors that I have to put into play here. Like me and my boyfriend, we have a sun and moon relationship. So therefore he's up at night and I'm up during the day, and he's asleep during the day, and therefore we will never see each other. And it would be pointless to be in a relationship like that if we never see each other. There's only a little small portion of time where we actually see each other. So it's just that there's a lot of factors into there, and I know that there's things that I have to do, and it makes sense. But yeah, anyways, let me talk about my day. Currently, I was reading a book called Jonathan Livingston Seagull. This was actually given to me by one of my course members, who is a really, really kind and genuine soul. And he gave it to me, and he said, read it, and if you don't want to read it, then pass it along to somebody that you think it could help. And I'm like, wow, that's a really beautiful thing that he did, and I am so appreciative. So far I read the book. I didn't read the whole thing yet. I think I'm like, what page am I on? I'm on like page 36. So it's not that long of a book. It's not that long of a book, but it's very interesting right now. It's basically it's about a seagull named Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And he's obsessed with flying. Like, he loves flying. And so his goal is to, from what I'm reading so far, his goal is to try to reach top speeds, like really, really fast speeds. But the other seagulls say, well, why aren't you living your actual purpose? Your actual purpose is to be a regular seagull. You're supposed to just get food, eat, and then do this. But he didn't care about eating. He cared about flying. That's what his main purpose was. And, or that's what his feeling was. He gets kicked out of the seagull group. But anyways, I'll get more into the book later. I also watched Queer Eye, which is on Netflix, and that is literally my daily obsession. I binge watched it. And I cried my eyeballs out throughout the series. I don't know why. Well, no, I do know why. There's one particular episode that just killed me. Like, it literally just destroyed me, and I was just like, oh my god. But anyways, it's such a good show, and if you guys haven't seen it, straight people can watch this too. You don't have to be gay to watch it. It's a straight person show. You can learn a lot from it. I just wish that they could come over and, like, make me over and change my life. They just seem like a really cool bunch of guys. Anyways, I also started watching a show. When I finished binge watching that, I started binge watching another show. I only am like 2 episodes into it. I started watching Lucifer, and it's really good. I'm like, what? This is so good. There's so many good shows on TV around this time, and it's almost too much. And I was going to watch Dragon Ball Z and everything. But anyways, this video is getting way too long. I hope everybody has a good day. I'm going to try and finish reading this book, and then maybe I can tell you about it tomorrow and see what happens. Alright? Anyways, guys, I'm very grateful for the people that are in my life, the people that I see every day, and just everything. I know that I can't really conversate correctly, or I can't conversate well with people. I'm not really good at speaking, or like speaking right. I don't know. But I'm trying, and that's all I gotta say is that I'm trying. So putting myself out there every day is scary. It's scary, but I'm doing it, and that's all I can say. Anyways, guys, have a good day. Peace out.